Israel. I work at Jack's Barbecue.
And I'm Tony Neely.
Jack's Barbecue has been here since 1976. Started off in a tiny little shack and grew to 2 stores. Been pretty successful.
Barbecue was started in 1988. It was started with me, my brother Patrick, Mark, and Gabe. Actually, we started out by borrowing money on my grandmother's house, and we didn't have any money. And we opened in 1988 in a small building. And after 2 years, we bought a nicer building 2 blocks over in Memphis, Tennessee.
You got Memphis, Texas, Kansas City. They all have good barbecue.
Sauce, like here we like a tomato-based sauce. It's kind of sweet and sour. But then you can go down to Georgia and they got a mustard-based sauce. The Carolinas have got a vinegar-based sauce. So that's the beauty about barbecue. It's defined differently in so many different parts of our country. I guess that would have to be determined because we live here. You know, we live here. It's actually ironic because there's a little bit difference in Nashville barbecue versus Memphis barbecue. The difference in the two is Nashville likes to bring in more side items, kind of make it a meat and 3 with a mixture of barbecue. So you got collard greens, you got sweet potatoes, you got just macaroni and cheese. All of that is blended into it. In my mind, that's what really makes Nashville barbecue better. Because when I think about a good southern barbecue, I think about good smoked meat with a good sauce and a variation of size.
We slow cook everything. We use just hickory wood. I think we put a lot of love into it.
Great question. After I graduated from college in 1982, I had a real estate degree. Can you believe that? And I thought that that's what I wanted to do. In the early 80s, the real estate market was really struggling. So I couldn't really find a job. And I bummed around for a couple, 3 years. In the meantime, my uncle, who was my mentor, Jim Neely at Interstate Barbecue, he had started this barbecue concept in Memphis. And actually, I thought he was crazy. I mean, I thought he had lost his mind. So I got a call one day. I was living in Michigan and working in Michigan. I got a call one day and he called me and said, "Nephew, this barbecue thing is really getting hot. I want you to come back home and work for me." Well, I was kind of homesick, didn't like Michigan. I'm a southern man. And I came back. The first day I went to work for my uncle, I said, "I'll be doing this the rest of my life." And he really taught us the art of barbecuing. He also taught us the art of being good businessmen. But what my uncle really taught us was how to be good men overall.
I learned from Jack himself, and kind of taught me everything I need to know. It's kind of an art. You got to learn your own techniques.
Okay, so this is our prep kitchen. This is where we've got 2 walk-in coolers. We've got 1 cooler for the raw meat and 1 cooler for the cooked meat. This is where we take all of our meat, our raw meat, and we prep it up and we get it ready and we do all the dirty work back here. And it's kind of great because we've got 2 kitchens. We've got a prep kitchen, and then on the other side that you'll see in a minute, we've got our line kitchen where we actually make the product per order. Come on, follow me.
We have all our meat for the day. You got pork shoulder, you got brisket, chicken.
These are barbecue pits. We've got 2 of them. We got our Southern Fried, which is a smaller pit. We like to cook our smaller meats like our ribs, our rib tips, our chicken, all of the smaller cuts are cooked in here. I hope you don't get too smoky. Well, we're done cooking for the day, so she's on. This is a rotisserie pit. We load our meat on the racks and it just rotates as it cooks to get a real good even cooking here. This is a sweet unit. Very, very important unit. Now the other pit, remember I said this is Southern Pride, we've got another barbecue pit over here. And actually we were talking about my uncle earlier. He actually designed this barbecue pit. And this barbecue pit is gas fired. So we cook our larger cuts of meat in here. We cook our shoulders and our beef brisket. And we cook this. This normally runs overnight because our big cuts of meat, we load them in at 5 or 6 at night. They're not done until 8 or 9 in the morning. Whereas our other pit, it normally cooks for 4 or 5, 6 hours.
Firebox. Right here is the solenoid. Right there, it controls the temperature inside with this gauge. You can turn it down or up, whatever you want. And it lets air into the firebox to heat the fire. Well, take you out. We have 2 more pits out here where we do the cooking. This is we have ribs and chicken and turkey.
This is my son Tony. That's the next generation right there, all right? Family working together. You see how they work? And this is where we have all of the fun. This is our prep line. We keep our baked beans hot. We keep our cold stuff cold. This is where all of it, this is where all the action happens. This is what the customers see. This is the final phase of creating a wonderful barbecue.
2, 2, 1, 2. How doom hold heat and preach non-violence. Shh, he about to start the speech, come on, silence. On one starry night, I saw the light. Heard a voice that sounded like Barry White, said sure you're right. Don't let me find out who tried to bite. They better off going to fly a kite in a firefight during tornado time with no coat, then I caught ya. Wrote the book on rhymes, a note from the author. With no headshot, he said it's been a while. Got a breadwinner style to get an inner child to finna smile. And that's no exaggeration. The doctor told the patient it's all in your imagination, Negro. What do he know about the buttery flow? He need to cut the ego. Tripping to date the metal fellow, been ripping flows since New York plates was ghetto yellow with broke blue right.